welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, then hi, my name's Hannah, and today I'm going to be telling you the story time of me changing courses at university. For those of you who don't know, this might come as a bit of a shock, but I wasn't always doing classics. Actually, in my first year, I was doing environmental biology, which couldn't get further from what I'm doing now. So back when I was at school, I was doing A-levels in biology, geography and classics. And I was trying to decide what I wanted to study at university and which, degrees would work with those A-levels. And I thought about the fact that I loved animals and I cared about the environment and I like the outdoors. And environmental biology seemed like a good fit, and that's why I applied for it. So when I went on my open day at Nottingham, I fell in love with the campus, I fell in love with the course, and it really did seem like, the best option for me. However, things kind of went south when I started university. I'm actually going to open up my Moodle page so I can look at my old modules. I was doing modules in Environmental Science and Society, Evolution, Ecology and Behaviour, Global Environmental Processes, Life on Earth, Plant Science, Tutorials in Environmental Science, and I did French. I think I knew pretty early on that I wasn't really gelling with the material. I found it quite difficult to learn, and particularly I found the module Life on Earth really hard, and I know a few people really struggled with it. But I'll tell you just how much I struggled in a minute when I talk about my grades from that first year. But even though I knew that something wasn't right, I didn't want to be the person to drop out, and I didn't want to disappoint anyone. And I didn't want to disappoint myself. So I stuck with it and I went into my January exams knowing nothing. Now I think my story kind of shows that no matter how hard you work or how smart you are, if you don't love your subject, if you're not passionate about the material you're learning, you're not going to do well. So let's look at my results. Right, looking at my marks, oh god. Okay. So for that course, most of the modules were full-year modules, so I only have 2 modules like results that I actually did exams for and I got grades back for. So for Global Environmental Processes, which is a 20 credit module, I got 43%, which is not very good. And this is no shade to people who are sitting on these grades, this is just what I know I should not have been getting, which was clearly indicative that I was doing the wrong course. So yeah, I'm not coming for anyone. But anyway, so that's a 3rd, I believe, I think. The only other module that I did was Life on Earth, which, like I said, is a really hard module. But even so, I did way worse than I should have even. Oh my god. But for Life on Earth, which again was a 20 credit module, I got 18%, which is insane. That is like a complete fail. My 43% in the other module was like a borderline, and I could have brought it back up and still been able to progress into 2nd year, but this one was awful. And I remember getting these results through and reading them and just having an overwhelming feeling of disappointment in myself, which was awful. It was horrible. So at this point, I was in about February 2 years ago, and I was starting to panic and realise that this was really not the course for me and I should not be doing it. So I had a long conversation with my parents, who were very supportive. My dad was kind of like, well, why did you even do biology in the first place? I could have told you that you were doing the wrong course, bit of I told you so. And I booked in with my tutor to have a conversation about changing degrees. So at this point I was doing a lot of soul searching and being honest with myself about what I wanted to do, and I came to the conclusion that classics was the degree that I should be doing. So what was my next step? Well, I had to go and have a meeting with my tutor to talk about it, and I had to have a meeting with a tutor from the classics department who was a lovely man, and he was really kind and welcoming to me, and very supportive. I then had to do some paperwork from my old tutor to the new department and to do the official transfer. Sort of unrelated, but I think contributed to my poor grades. I was going through some health struggles at this time, and I was able to cut my year because of medical reasons. So I wasn't financially liable for my course or for my accommodation for the rest of that year. So for the rest of that year that I wasn't at university, I'm not gonna lie to you, I was in a really dark place mentally, and I had to spend a lot of time working on myself and working on getting, you know, happy and healthy again. And it was a really dark time. It was a really hard few months, but I'm so glad that I did it, because when I came back in September for my first year all over again, I was so happy. I met some amazing people, I had great lecturers, I was interested in the content, I wrote my essays and I did well, and that was reflected in my grades. Last year I was getting 80% for one module, 78 for another, you know, 68, 69, 65. I was doing really well, and it just shows that I made the right decision. And that year was awful, but it helped me come to terms with what I should be doing. I'm not going to share my grades back that I've gotten recently, but I've definitely done the right thing. I made the right decision. So, moral of the story is, if you're sat at home right now and you're not enjoying online university, but I mean, fair enough, who is? But if you're not enjoying your content, you're not interested in your lectures, you're not doing your reading because it's boring, then maybe you're just doing the wrong course, and you're not stupid, you just don't gel with that material. You know, for me, I was trying to do a science when I've got more of a creative brain. I can struggle with my times tables, but I can write an essay that's 5,000 words. It really just depends how your brain works, and you'll work a lot harder if you're doing something you love, and it won't feel like work. I just want to let you guys know that changing courses at university is not a big deal, and the age difference doesn't matter, nobody cares, and also it's not worth wasting your whole career doing something that you don't care about, when you can just, in theory, waste 1 year and switch and do something that you're passionate about. And that is the end of the video. I hope you guys found it useful. It was really nice to open up with you. And don't forget to like this video, comment and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys next week. Bye!